With Persona 3 Reloaded being announced fairly recently, well, at the time of writing the script, I thought it'd be fun to come up with an idea for most of the major characters in Persona 3. Obviously, this includes main characters, but also Strega as well as Nyx, because why not? Anyways, that's enough stalling for me, so let's get the show on the road. Starting with the male protagonist, Makoto vs. Neku is pretty much everyone's favorite.
Hold on a second there, bucko! Neku is old news! You ever heard of Mega Man X?
My wall!
The connections are basically the same, I think, plus they're allusions to Jesus, as pointed out by this Reddit post!
Holy shit! That's fucking awesome!
Yeah, and the list goes on! It states that they have the ability to heal and bring back life, and in the end it takes on a humanity-ending threat, sickness and death, by completely stopping them and by becoming a living seal to contain a reality-warping things that could cause the end of everyone.
Fucking the other idea these two have! This is peak versus!
Whoa! Yeah! This is happening!
Oh my god! So, seen any good movies lately?
The Spider-Man one. That was cool.
Very cool.
So, what's going on here?
Oh, I was just starting like another video.
What kind of video?
It's another stupid matchup video.
Huh, I see.
Well, since you're here, you wanna like help me out?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Since you're more knowledgeable on the world ends with you, you wanna like take over Makoto section?
The fuck's Makoto? I only know Minato.
Since you're more knowledgeable, you wanna like take over Minato section?
I bet. Alright. So, Minato, Yuki, Makoto Arisato versus Neku Sakuraba from The World Ends With You. These guys are protags who come across as cold, but eventually open up and start to care about people, even risking their lives to save the world they love. Both have the power to wield as many powers at their disposal in comparison to those around them. Also, headphones.
Right, and you are the one who has played The World Ends With You, so
yeah.
And you've also played Persona 3 Portable, so
yeah, the best version.
Well, until Reloaded. So.
Yeah, until Reloaded, yeah. Yeah, like I don't know, I really like this one. I don't really think there's many other alternatives for what I prefer for Mr. Persona 3 protagonist over here. And
X, like you said, like you just
said. Only in a joke sense. It's so stupid that like I feel like if you want to think about it, maybe like you could work off something with that, but in a seriousness sense, I like Neku a lot, and a lot more after playing The World Ends With You, which please play The World Ends With You. It's really good. Or see the anime.
I'd rather. Okay.
Yeah.
But like I know like the voice for Neku in the anime is like very different from like the one in the game.
Yeah. It's because with the original World Ends With You, like with Neo, like everything is like a lot more voice, but with the original, it's because of it being on the Nintendo DS, they have a lot of like hardware limitations that don't cause much like don't have much for voice acting. I mean, they have grunts and have a few animated cutscenes there, but not much. And it doesn't even get fixed in Remix, but I mean, it's still good. Build up time.
Technically, the next character is Kotone Shiomi /Femsi /Minako /Aigis' girlfriend, and she has like way less in comparison to her male counterpart, and so our solution was just give her one of Minato's ideas. So we got Kotone versus Orie from Under Night in Birth. They are orphan teens that are members of teams dedicated to destroying dark entities that are active during the night. All the while, they command the embodiment of death at their side, aka Thanatos.
Death? Like, straight up?
Yeah.
That's just... I don't know if that'll be the stupidest joke I've said in the video, but I mean, only time will tell.
Again, like this could easily like apply to like Minato as well, and it probably makes more sense because the blue they match more aesthetically, but Minato and Orie, but Kotone and Orie, they're both females.
Women, female. I mean, I feel like just giving like maybe like Kotone is one of Minato's like other ideas is probably like a better way to go about it. Because I mean, they're just basically the same, minus like a few minor things, and plus any other Kotone idea kind of just is no.
Yeah, like
for me personally,
really looking stuff up. Like we saw Jotaro Kujo, fucking Alex from Minecraft, and Shion, which I was talking with like a Kingdom Hearts friend, and they said it doesn't really work. And Kotone has like characters who are whose entire like who's only really known for being like a gender swap version of an already existing character, like Arthur Pendragon from Fate.
Yeah, and also Blaze is also an idea, but that's mostly working on like Blaze being just like an alternate dimension Sonic and fire. So I feel like this one, like I may not know much about Orie, but I feel like this one might be a personal favorite of mine as well because it kind of just works the exact same amount.
Yeah. Moving on, this is another World Ends With You character, so Cameron, take the lead.
Take the wheel, yeah. So Junpei versus Beat. World Ends With You. These guys are punkish dudes who initially dislike the protagonist, but warm up to them as time goes on. They have a goal to save a loved one from death and being associated with the opposing team in one way or the other for a period of time. Which I could go more in depth of, but just play The World Ends With You. You'll get it. Yeah. I started like this idea a lot more as time went on. For a while, my personal favorite was Avdol from JoJo Part 3, mostly because it's just Firebird, and Magician Arcana. But these guys, I feel like just in some way fit more of an aesthetic. Plus, it's just The World Ends With You and Persona, mostly 3, kind of just go hand in hand really well. So I feel like this one vibes a lot more personally with me.
Mm-hmm. As Junpei, as someone who hasn't played The World Ends With You and is thus as the final saying on this entire document, I feel like Junpei fighting another teenager probably works better than him fighting a fortune teller from Egypt.
You say that now, and it's it makes sense actually. It's that works out. They could shit talk each other. Junpei and B, they could shit talk each other, and it'd be funny.
Yeah, and
as opposed to Avdol.
Right, and speaking of other ideas Junpei has, he doesn't really have a lot. He has Yamcha,
but that's bad. Well, he has also Jean Arc because of the whole redhead girlfriend dead. That thing, or yeah, though it's depending on how you approach it, I think doesn't Chidori isn't she able to survive depending on what you do in the game?
Does she
I remember also in Persona 4 Arena seeing some Junpei's cutscenes. It seems that it's implied that in this because Persona 4 Arena is the way it is. I think that's implied that Chidori and Junpei both survive and they're able to live happily together as a couple because of a thing, a line that Junpei says. So I guess if you want to be like that, technically Jean Arc doesn't really work that much. But if you want to be if you don't do it a very specific way, then technically it works well because they both have dead redhead girlfriends. But then it's meh to me personally.
Mm-hmm. Moving on. So this is one that we kind of had a small debate over.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Because I insisted on this one, but then the camera was well, obviously the next character we're talking about is Yukari, and we thought we considered putting forgetting her name.
Kimberly Hart from
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
Yeah, the Pink Ranger, which is like Sentai characters and like archers in pink. Which,
Yeah.
it works. It works, but I personally prefer Yukari to fight Tsubasa from Symphogear. So the connection for Yukari versus Tsubasa is that they are women that lost someone close to them before the events of the story, placing blame on others for their own loss. Yukari for her own mother, and Tsubasa Hibiki, yeah. But after something called character development, they would forgive the people in their lives and move on, becoming better people in the process. Both also fight shadow-like creatures, gaining special abilities in order to fight against these threats. The Symphogear for Tsubasa and Yukari's persona for her. So Cameron, as a known fan of Symphogear, what do you think of this idea?
What do I think? I think this is an incredible idea. Like, I don't think anything can beat it. Like, I'm looking at these two and it's like, yes, this is peak. This is perfection. Like,
I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm seeing connections. It's like, yeah, I mean, I guess, and also I kind of been wanting to get into like Symphogear because I know a lot of my friends are like, and just the general friend group, kind of. Just they're into it, and it's like, you know, I mean, may as well just like pick it up, and see what it's all about. And
I like it, but like, it's also very gay. Another condition, they're gay.
Gay.
They have very nice roommates. Yeah, they are very.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
And if you like the Sentai aspect for like Yukari versus Kimberly, like fucking look at Tsubasa. She's basically just like a tokusatsu character. Like,
okay.
Yeah, like Symphogear like takes like, I know it takes a lot of inspiration from toku stuff. So
okay, more interest to get into it then, because I've been on a big Sentai and Kamen Rider binge, so
that's gonna be relevant later. Trust me.
Oh, in what way? This is called foreshadowing.
Speaking of girlfriends, hey, let's talk about Mitsuru.
Oh yeah, Mitsuru versus Rukia from Bleach. These two are high-ranked heroines, supernatural swordsmen who specialize in ice attacks, using their abilities to slice down any monster no ordinary human can deal with origins of hailing from high-ranked families. Basically, think Weiss versus Mitsuru as well.
Like better because it has Ruby.
Yeah. It doesn't have Ruby in here, ergo it's better. Nah, we're not like that.
Are we?
Maybe. Peel back the mask, like Persona 5.
Oh my god!
Whoa! Yeah. Before we were like writing this the script, I know, like, I think, unless I'm misremembering, I think that like we were talking about like, why don't we just do like Weiss for Mitsuru, because it's kind of just the big one for Mitsuru. I get it, but I kind of have more of a personal attachment to like Rukia because I'm more into Bleach, even though I've yet to finish it, than Ruby. So, yeah. And plus, I feel like I kind of just wanted to like get a different like idea, like, or chance to like get, I guess, exposure, so to speak. Because Weiss, Mitsuru, the big one. So go for something that's just kind of similar with Rukia.
I don't have like much to add since I too have not finished Bleach yet. But I know I really like, from when I watch it, I really like Rukia. And this will be fun,
Yeah, it'll be a cool thing to watch. I know.
Wow, that was an ice cold.
there was no way out of these puns.
So next up we have Akihiko Sanada versus Kamen Rider Meteor from Kamen Rider Forze. So now Cameron, since you're not finished with Kamen Rider Forze yet, I'm gonna have to kick you out.
Wait,
hey, hold on, I know who he is. Hold on.
Now you see, the connection for this, both are martial artists who, after the loss of someone close to them, vowed to snuff out the looming evil that threatens their worlds. So yeah, those are the connections. Now, was this really worth throwing Cameron out the window? Yes.
Hi, I'm back.
Okay. Hi, so Yeah, those are some very in-depth connections. Am I right? Am I right, folks?
Yeah. That was wow. That was incredible. So I know it's like a strange how am I gonna put this? It's strange to like do this one because both these characters, the idea, Fuuka versus Chihiro from Danganronpa. I know like these characters don't like really like fight, but just let me get into the stuff first. They're two computer geeks who aim to improve themselves and break free from their shell that was created from bullying. Despite them not always being at their friend's side, they still try to keep their heads up even when death looms over them. So I know, like, with conventional verses, everyone's like, yeah, let's see, who can beat the shit out of each other harder, or something like that. The fictional version of my dad can beat up your dad. But with this, like, just to both, like, include Fuuka, to fully get the whole main party cast of C's, I feel like with this, just them just having a computer battle because, they're computer geeks. So, like, I guess hacking would be the way to go about it. But just with these two, there's just it's just that.
Yeah, but who says it always has to be like conventional versus stuff? Like, why not like a scenario type versus setting? Like they both need to hack into the White House. Like that.
Who can hack into the White House better?
That's the next Galaxy Grudge match. Trust me.
Next sway. Who's better at hacking into?
I'm gonna have to make that a thumbnail for the bit now. God damn it.
Well, I mean, I could just send you I can make a thumbnail for it. Like, just send me the template.
I can do it, but anyways,
okay.
like what Cameron was saying, like, since we have to include like every like Fuuka is like a very important character in Persona 3, so we kind of have to give her a match idea.
Yeah, I think like at first I was like, when I first like initially like doing this, because so years ago I made a Persona 3 matchup doc, which hey Nerio, do you want to link it into the description to see the shit that I made?
Sure.
Wow. Please grill me for the shit that I chose. But when it came to Fuuka, I was like talking to like some other friends, and it's like I was unsure about it, because this was when I was like thinking more in like the conventional versus mindset, because like a lot of the matchups there, were like conventional versus. There were some like jokey ones that kind of like broke it, but it was like basically the point is one of them said, why don't you just do like Chihiro? And I'm like, well, why? I got the connections, and then I was like, I think in the doc, or they told me that's like, you can just have it be a hacking battle, because the versus doesn't have to be if Chihiro is 10 shit-tillions times stronger and faster than Fuuka. So yeah, that's basically it for this one.
Yeah. And I remember like when we were like setting this up again, you were like against putting Fuuka here, but like we were like, we put fucking Stray Gun here, we might as well include Fuuka.
Yeah, I mean you're right, yeah.
Okay. Next one. For as you probably seen on the thumbnail, Aigis isn't fighting Noelle Vermilion. So, but instead, Ramlethal Valentine from Guilty Gear. They are artificial life forms created by higher powers for a specific purpose. Initially, both believed in only fulfilling said purpose, suppressing their emotions as a result. However, both explored and learned the beauty of the world around them, thanks to the friends they made along the way, allowing themselves to open up and experience their emotions for the first time. So, fun fact about me, this is like one of my favorite matchups like ever. Like it's definitely in the top 10, because I not only do I have like a personal connection to like both Aigis and Ramlethal, because Aigis is one of my favorite like characters in Persona, like and Ramlethal. I like Ramlethal a lot. She's like top 5 favorite Guilty Gear characters. But also like this is a match that a friend of mine, like we both really like, and we actually like just like I think like this helped us like get closer together, and we did a so yeah I don't know why I'm avoiding saying her name, but her name's Eve, and then we ended up like dual commissioning a track for Aigis versus Ramlethal, which I'm probably gonna edit over like as I was talking right now, and even like without like that personal connection, I think this would still be like my favorite idea for Aigis, since I don't know, just like it's just vibes with me personally, like bruh.
That's fair. I kind of like, I started like to get into this though, like for a long time, because like my personal favorite was Noelle for a while. Mostly because like I wasn't into Guilty Gear like when this happened. So when I got BlazBlue and I got into Persona, I was like, I like Aigis versus Noelle. Then I like started to know my friends like and what they like. Told me like, what's happening? What's going on with this thing called Guilty Gear? Why is the gear guilty? And so just the exposure to it and like, you know, playing Guilty Gear with friends a lot more and kind of slowly fading out of like BlazBlue. I mean, I still like it, but I haven't played it in a hot minute. I kind of started to like this one a lot and a few other Aigis ideas, but this one is just, yeah, I kind of like it because you know, I think it felt like with the exposure I got to know you guys a lot more too with that previous stated connection, like with playing Guilty Gear together. So it was nice. It's a nice idea.
Do you want me to like okay, do you want me to like go into like a small thing I don't like about like Aigis versus Noelle?
I don't care.
Okay, so I just never understood it, especially since there's a character that matches better with Aigis and BlazBlue anyways. Her name's Lambda, by the way. Like that makes more sense. And I just never understood like Aigis versus Noelle as an idea because of it.
I guess like I suppose the main part is I think like Noelle is like one of like, just like Aigis is like, they're both one of the poster children for their franchises, so I think people gravitate to that one a lot more than Lambda because of it.
Yeah.
Even if the other makes more sense when you think about it.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to the other mascot of Persona 3.
The other mascot, Mr. Everyone's favorite dog that kicks ass. But which one? It's Koromaru versus Iggy, dogs who use the manifestation of their spirit to fight. Yeah, you could also say they're protectors in some way, with Iggy protecting stray dogs from dog catchers and Koromaru protecting his owner's shrine all the way up until his owner's death.
But they got the dog in them, yo.
I mean, have you seen Iggy?
Yeah, that man has the dog in them.
Literally. But I mean, this is like the only idea I feel like that we could like go with, because I mean, for like any idea for like Koromaru and I guess by extension Iggy, really like the way to go about it is just find dogs who kick ass and some shit like that. Because like I know that there's this Y from like Ruby, like as just an example, but I feel like these two kind of just mesh well, mostly because it's, you know, the whole JoJo Sona thing and, you know, being like the odd one out, like with being like actual animals that can use these manifestations.
I mean, I guess it's a robot and not a living being, so you can argue she's the odd one out.
Well, I mean, she was built for it. That's the thing. She was built to fight shadows.
Okay. And like, yeah, because like, you know, like you could like Cameron was talking about earlier, you could choose any dog to fight Koromaru, but like Iggy is the one who also has a fucking stand, so yeah.
Ah, shit, we missed out on the perfect opportunity for Scooby-Doo versus Koromaru.
He probably has this. He fights with a spirit somewhere. Yeah. Also,
probably
why did you pit Koromaru against Strength? You know, from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Remember the monkey? No response.
I have you seen how Strength is?
Yeah. Do you not want to see Iggy fight Koromaru fight a ship?
I get it, because the Strength Arcana.
Wow, Koromaru sure has a dog in him, but you know who takes care of that dog? Ken. Transitions. Okay, so yeah, we have Ken versus Hope from Final Fantasy 13. the connections are: they are the youngest members of the two RPG parties who rely on their own. Oh wait, this is wordly. They are the youngest members of two RPG party. They are the youngest members of two RPG parties who rely on their own healing magic to keep up with the rest of their party. Both hold a deep grudge toward beanie-wearing party members who were responsible for the accidental deaths of their mothers. Also, side note, on your doc, Cameron, I know you didn't write this, but the original connections for Ken vs. Hope, it says they both use long-range weaponry, which is like, Ken uses a pole arm. But fucking Hope, he uses boomerangs. I don't think that counts.
Well, I mean, boomerangs are still like a long-range weapon.
Yeah, but like when you think of a long-range weapon, you think of a pole arm, right?
Or like a firearm or a fucking bow.
Or a long sword. I don't think boomerang.
I mean, yeah, but also how do I word this? Most of the connections that I kind of just get from people, I mostly just copy and paste. I try and like reword it in some way, but sometimes I just copy paste, yay. So it may not be accurate, but at least the rest of it works.
Yeah. So anyways, also like I as someone who's who's only played part 1 of Final Fantasy 13, it is scary how close like the storyline between Ken and Shinji and Hope and like Snow is. It's kind of eerie how like close their storylines are, and like thus this idea is born. Speaking of Shinji,
Shinjiro Aragaki versus Noriaki Kakyoin. Oh my god, their other names Aragaki, Noriaki, whatever. Basically, yeah, another Persona versus JoJo idea, but I like this one. They're like two teenagers with the Hierophant Arcana, with some connections to the antagonizing force. I really didn't know how else to word it, albeit very minor in Kakyoin's case, before sacrificing their lives to said antagonists in order for their friends to save the world. I feel like Snow probably has a lot more, but, not much attachment to that one. But I like this one a lot, because like I've known about this idea for a while, because a friend of mine told me about it. And, so I was spoiled on Shinji way before I played Persona 3. But, I still, like, really enjoy this idea. And I wrote it a while back. I probably may rewrite it, because I feel like some concepts in it were cool, even though it was kind of bad. But just this, like, I feel like it could, like, work out really well. And I don't know, there's just not much else to say on it. It's a very like small matchup with not much to like really talk about other than just saying, I think it's neat.
Yeah, and I've tried to bring this up for Ken's section, but alternate ideas. They both have Pyrrha, which is like Lamau. They both died. They're both martyrs. Lamau.
I thought Pyrrha was like for Shinjiro, not Ken.
No, I'm talking about Shinji.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and also Kakyoin. He also people also put him against because they both die.
Whoa. I think there's probably another one. Oh, the ace for Kakyoin because
die.
Donut.
Donut. Ooh, they both die.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh yeah, but one thing, an alternate for Ken, I will say real quick. There's a Kotaro from Q Rangers Sentai, but it's just kids that fight. And I guess you could like, because one of Kotaro's abilities is he uses a long range scarf, so I guess you can like say that, he has that, and plus the wide like a range of like Q globes that the Q Rangers can use. But I don't know. It's somewhat bare bones, so. There's not much else for, like, Ken in general, too. Oh, no, wait, there is Carl Clover from Blaze Blue, but I don't even know what the connections are.
They are both children that fight.
Basic gist of it.
Basically, yeah. And Carl, he has a puppet. He has a puppet. He has a puppet that fights alongside him. Yeah.
I guess it's like a persona.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of temporary party members, like Shinji over there, Metis versus New 13 from Blaze Blue. So, I guess like I forgot to remove that part. I guess like these two are like they're basically like. Hold on, wait. I have to read this connection because fun fact, folks, we had nothing for Metis, so
Yeah.
So we just went with like new. So
yeah, just took some convincing from a friend to just say go with him. It was like fine.
Yeah, that friend's name is Koto, by the way.
Yeah. Hi, Koto.
Hello. Hope you're enjoying this part.
Yeah.
Okay, so because these two are entities who hold remnants of who Aigis and Noelle are. So Metis is literally Aigis' shadow, while fucking New is the other half of Noelle from Saya's memories. Who, aka, everyone knows who Saya is, right? From memorable Blaze Blue character we all know, right?
I don't.
Cameron? Right, Cameron?
Who's that? Who's Saya? Yes, I know who Saya is. I played Blaze Blue.
With a major affinity to a specific person, and they eventually fuse back with their original body to their true form. Yeah, we had nothing for Metis.
Yeah, any other idea was just like meh or just wrong. Like, fucking, I know that Roxas is an idea, but I talked to Sky about it. Like when I was first writing Persona 3 matchup doc, and Sky was like, "I get it, but nah." And there's also Dark Pit, but it's like. I don't know. I don't know if that even works. And Kamen Rider Ryuga. Always circles back to Toku, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But even after like finishing Kamen Rider Ryuki, that one just doesn't like make sense anymore. So because Ryuga just appears a lot more in future shit, so it just doesn't match up as well.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So
we're done with all the Persona users, I guess. So let's move on to the Velvet. Oh, no, we're not done with all the Persona users technically.
But we're gonna get there eventually.
Cameron, talk about Elizabeth versus Jacko. That's the transition.
Yeah, Elizabeth, Jacko, Guilty Gear. They're mysterious women who tend to come off as both childish yet philosophical, depending on the mood. They assist in both the protagonist and an incredibly powerful force in the plots of each story. Both also fight summons to assist them in combat.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, I'm not too big of an idea, but like I like both characters enough to be like, yeah, I can see them fighting each other.
Yeah, plus some of like Elizabeth's alternatives, so I say some of as if like only one like comes to mind. No, some, because there is another. It just kind of like I feel like either just straight up doesn't work, or I like the other Velvet Room attendants for that option more, being Rosalina. I like it fine. It's good enough. Koto, handshake emoji. I like Elizabeth Rosalina, but not as much as I guess I'll just say Margaret, and Jacko. So but yeah, I like this one. I feel like it could be like a fun way to like I have them both like bounce off on each other like very well, in some degree.
And it's weird because like Elizabeth is like one of the best characters in Persona 3, but she has like nothing, which is you expect like a cool character like her would get like a lot of cool ideas, you know?
Yeah.
Like I know she has 9, but that makes no sense at all.
9 the Phantom
from Blaze Blue. Yeah. Rachel Alucard also from Blaze Blue.
I guess I get Rachel, but I feel like it's just there's not much going for it.
What else is she? Velvet Room Battle Royale, which like, okay, you could do that, but why?
But Elizabeth is canonically the strongest anyways.
Yeah.
So that's just pointless. Whis. Whis just doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't, like, if this wasn't a versus thing, which like, why would you, like, if this was something else, like, they have to train each other's, like, fucking, like, dude. Yeah, like Elizabeth has to train Beerus, or fucking Whis has to guide Makoto. Yeah, that's another Galaxy Grudge match.
Who would be better at guiding the protagonist, or not protagonist.
Yeah.
I don't think he's considered Beerus a protagonist-ish
Oh
force.
no, you just replace Beerus with Goku. There you go.
Oh yeah,
Goku! It's me, Goku!
Oh, just imagine fucking Elizabeth and Goku just like talking. Yeah,
Elizabeth asks Goku like a question, and then Goku's like, I don't know.
yeah. I can imagine that. Like that's a
I feel like it'd be funny, actually.
yeah. And Whis just like Whis just like Makoto just like not taking like Whis' shit. Like, dude, just do your own thing.
Just fuck off. Well, that's quite rude.
Right, I need to commission this art now. This is a good idea.
Banger idea.
Yeah. Yeah, never mind. Fuck Jack. We should have just done Elizabeth versus Whis as a Galaxy Grudge match.
It's a Galaxy Grudge match. Just like shittily just slap on Whis' face over Jacko.
I was mentioning two other ideas I kind of like for Elizabeth. One, Palutena, which
I've never heard of that one. I feel like that does work from my basic knowledge of Palutena.
Yeah, they're like eccentric personalities. They're like overseers to like the main protagonists of the game, and they also like, you know, you fight them also. Why didn't we just do that?
Because I like Jacko more.
Oh, okay, and okay, well, the other idea that it's something I came up with after watching like Fate Apoc. What is it called? Fuck, I watched this. Like I watched. Fate Apocrypha is a Stelfo versus Elizabeth. I like, but I know you know nothing about a Stelfo. So,
Except for like a few things.
yeah, a few not so nice things.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'll read the connections I wrote down. It's like they are eccentric servants who, at the end of their stories, separate from their masters to forge their own paths thanks to being inspired by someone. They're also like summoners because a Stelfo has like a griffin summon, and Elizabeth has death.
Literally death.
Yeah, I like that idea, but like, you know, it's not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah. I mean, to each their own. I mean, I'd say I'll probably get into Fate, but it's like, where do I start?
Just start anyway. I like how we talked more about Elizabeth's other ideas than the main one on screen right now.
I mean, Jacko, she's very
cool.
goofy. I like her. Yeah. Guilty Gear is awesome. I'm gonna play more with my friends. This is a good idea. Trust me.
This is great. Trust us.
Trust us. So should we move on, or do we have anything else to say?
Let's talk about Elizabeth's brother Theodore. We also had nothing for it. So
Yeah.
I suggested we do Kagamine Len from Vocaloid. They are the brother.
This is the brother. I mean, as we were like writing this, I was like, what do we do? I pitched a few ideas, but it's like even then they probably wouldn't work. Like Sebastian, that's his name from like Black Butler.
Yeah, but I know that one doesn't work. Fucking.
Is it because of how Sebastian is as a character?
Yeah.
Or damn.
Yeah.
Sebastian versus Whis, they don't work.
Then you suggested Kyoichiro from Yuzakura family, which the connection is they are the brother, but that also doesn't work.
But wait, what about Sidon? He is the brother. But wait, Virgil versus Theodore.
They are the brother, and Blue.
Yeah, and Blue and the white hair.
No, platinum color hair.
Oh fuck!
Oh, anyways, fucking like they all don't work because Theodore he's just not as interesting as Elizabeth, you know? Like,
I mean, I guess. I mean, I feel like the most interesting like bits you're gonna get out of Theodore is if you play Persona Q and Q2. But like, I've played Q. I love Theodore. He's very much an underdog character, and he's very goofy. And
but you also
I
like want a character who matches with that goofiness, you know? He's like more reserved, like compared to like siblings.
Yeah, very reserved, gentleman kind of character that I guess you can find someone out there, but like we can't like, or at least I can't. I can't really think of like any like reserved brotherly character that just has enough power to match his siblings to an extent, even though they tease him a lot.
So yeah, comment section, do your work. Come on, chop chop.
Yeah. Come on. It's your job now.
That's not our job. We gave you our best attempts.
Yeah, we give. Yeah, so you give us your best attempt, and if you can't match it, then I mean, oh well. I mean, you know, it's not for everyone.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's all. Okay, so we're moving on to the villains now. Instead of like giving like each member of STGA a matchup, we instead put all of them together. Group all of them together so they can fight the Babylon Rogues from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Jet the Hawk. How's it going?
Tayaka, how's your cult been going?
It's been fine. Have you been in any Sonic games recently?
You son of a bitch!
That's the greatest bit in this video, maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously the STGA and the Babylon Rogues, they are a 3-member team who goes against our main characters, who is a blue-haired Sega character. There should be more, but I have heard Persona 2 has like alien stuff in it, right? Which actually lines up with the weird backstory the second writer's being brought in.
But Nerio, what does this have to do with STGA?
Awkward. Like, yeah. If you want to come to the strip. Obviously, we have the main rivalry of Jet the Hawk versus Hayaka, known rivals in the gaming industry.
Exactly.
Who are the head honcho of the group, and like they you know, they're help me out here, Cameron.
Tayaka's half naked, while Jet the Hawk is technically also half naked because he just wears gloves and shoes.
Mm-hmm. And he has goggles too. And
yeah, goggles.
They have like the main presence in the group, anyways, because you know they are the head honcho. And obviously, you could match Chidori with Wave, but why not match Wave with Jin? They are the hackers of the group, after all.
Yeah, the fucking nerds.
Mm-hmm. So that leaves Storm versus Chidori. and besides just the main character, they are the fan favorite of the group, obviously.
Yeah.
Because Chidori, you know, her connections with Junpei, people like her because of that. While Storm, he has his biggest connections with Knuckles the Echidna, the best Sonic character, and people like him because of that.
And Storm attacked him with his enemy stand at once, so.
I mean, we could talk about like the fight potential.
But possibly, yeah. I mean, you know.
But, like, have you seen the art on the screen right now? Look how amazing this feat. You know, it doesn't even need to be described in
awesome.
words.
Yeah, like I mean, just take a look at it. Just bask in its beauty. I think I used the correct word. Just look at it in awe for how utterly amazing it is. You know, like Jet the Hawk, like choking out Tayaka. Or no, wait, it's the other way around, right?
Yeah.
Take 5. Cut that. Take 5. Like seeing Tayaka choke out Jet the Hawk, and Jet the Hawk just retaliates with a single punch. You know, he decks him in the face. You know, it's just.
The other stuff hasn't been added in yet since we recorded.
Yeah, we're recording this before it's finished, so to have fun, viewers. Oh Lord.
Awkward.
Awkward. Most illumination ass bit ever.
Okay, so after we killed off the main threat, it's time for the final boss.
The final boss. The final dawn of the final day. 24 hours remain. It just come to this. Nyx versus Majora from Legend of Zelda.
Awkward.
Nyx and Majora, two major villains of the darker side of their franchises, with using the moon for their main source of destroying the world, and with their true forms being in said moon. With relationships giving them absolute happiness until negative emotions overcame them and they had the need to cause chaos and despair across the world. They have both metaphorical and literal puppets to use in order to bring out their despair, with only one hero with the ability to seal them away.
That's really good.
Yeah, like after finishing Persona 3 for the first time, I was like, what could Nyx have for a good idea? And I was just searching, and then because I know when I was first wanting to do a Nyx idea, I was like, oh, Infinite, and I was like, no, that's weird. Necrozma, that's weird. And so I took a step back. And I just okay, maybe I might be onto something with Infinite. And so I looked at Infinite's other ideas, and I saw Majora / Skull Kid. And I after looking into more of Majora, because I more so video essays and wikis, because I haven't fucking finished or fully started Majora's Mask, which is something I'm going to do sometime this year, hopefully. I just got to get a new DS. I looked into it and I was like, damn, this kind of fucks, It's just the whole moon thing, and just everything just falls into place, and I feel like it could be a really fun thing to do.
Yeah, and well, I think I got I know you the connections on your Persona 3 matchup doc was long, because you gave examples and parallels. Yeah. But I think without that, just this brief explanation, that this works really well. And I really both obviously we were joking a lot, we were hyping up Strake a lot, but Nyx is the real starter of Persona 3 in terms of antagonists.
Yeah.
And I think a character that matches how is with the grand scopes of Nyx, it works really well.
Yeah. I know there's this one fake character is Goetia?
Goetia, yeah, but I makes no sense.
I asked someone, I don't know if I should name drop him here. Probably not. It'd probably be uncalled for. But basically, I asked him, it's hey, can you help me out with this? Because this was when I was writing the doc, and I usually went to people and asked for help, so it can be a team effort. But I didn't get anything back. I was left on red, basically. And I was like, okay, I'll just mention and be well, I don't know the connections, but if you know them, let me know. And nothing happened.
I know about stuff about Goetia, and I don't get it. So
yeah. There was
another idea that Nyx has, which I also really like. It's from the Madoka Magica's Walpurgisnacht. I can't pronounce the name.
Walpurgisnacht.
Ergo,
Worcestershire sauce.
Since people can't pronounce it, they have been excluded from this. No.
Yeah, if we can't pronounce your name, then fuck off. Nah.
Yeah, it's they're both creatures born from dark human emotions, and the main character sacrifices themselves. But I like Majora more because he's from my favorite Zelda game, so I'm biased.
Haha! I win. And yeah, and I just want to throw this out here, I know that there's Saiyx for Majora too, and I may not fully get it because I haven't gotten to I haven't delved into the depths of Kingdom Hearts, but I mean, I feel it could be fun perhaps
because
really I know
yeah, because I like it, Sky likes it, Rox likes it. But I just think I think that just means Majora has a lot of cool ideas. That says nothing about the quality of this idea. Just Majora as a character has a lot of cool ideas. So
Yeah, and you can prefer whatever. Like if you prefer something else on that isn't in this video or listed in like the doc that I made years ago, then like I mean, you know, that's really like on you, like not in a bad way. Like if you like something else, that's fine. Like I'm not gonna judge you.
yeah.
So, but if you do like Majora Infinite, but yeah, that's, you know, just that's just it. I really like this, and I feel like it could be fun.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all the characters on our doc. Like obviously, like we didn't like put characters like fucking Mitsuru's dad, because like
Yeah,
they have,
or
like,
Shuji Ikutsuki.
yeah, or man drinking at bar, because they have like nothing to work with.
Yeah. Well, and also I didn't mention this, but when it went to STGA, like I was like we were talking, it was like, well, or I think it was more like considering more than like, yeah, let's just do it as a team, because like I don't know if it'd like be worth it, because I did STGA both as a team and like individually, because like I just wanted to expand out ideas, but the thing that is, only one of the ideas that was on there was like good.
Yeah.
And couldn't think of anything else for STGA individually, so we just said, fine, Babylon Rogues is funny, so let's just go with it.
Since we're here right now, you want to like talk about the idea you came up with?
For Jin?
Yeah, for Jen. He's the character. That's the only good idea we could come up with. The Cameron could come up with.
There is another character, fucking what's his face from Xenoblade 2?
The glasses, dude. Like.
Yeah. Please look at the Wii U gamepad.
Yeah, that guy. Akos, yeah.
Yeah,
And
Akos,
that worked really well too. He came up with. Who was the character, by the way?
Kabuto Yakushi from Naruto. Do you want me to go into it, or are you just gonna be like, okay?
Yeah, this is just a side on to the video.
Yeah, so this one, but just basically, with this one, I talked to like another friend who was like more into like Naruto, and I asked him like a few questions about it, because like I was looking up like ideas for like Jin, and I was like, okay, I wonder if, and plus some of the stuff started to like connect. I was like, I wonder if this works, and with confirmation that it kind of works, I just went with it. But like two of the most intelligent and loyal right-hand men to one of the antagonists in their respective series, and are willing to sacrifice themselves for those they idolize, where they live to push their ideals, but in their own individual ideas or mindsets on how they work. They both also worked as a double agent, with having connections or being connected to the main heroes before showing their betrayal and showing their true intentions. Which with the other like connections, I didn't go on like the examples, but for this one I want to elaborate, because like Jin being connected to Shuji Ikutsuki in some way, because like they fooled the members of SEAS with the whole 13 Shadows, and Kabuto gained like the trust of like the Hidden Leaf Village before betraying them during one of the God, I forget what it's called, but they all fight in the forest, and like Kabuto reveals that he's working for Orochimaru. And similar abilities to the heroes. It's kind of a loose one, but you know, whatever. And also they have glasses because they're fucking nerds.
Yeah.
That's a shitty joke.
I think that works better than Akko, actually. So.
I mean, I will admit it's been a minute since I played Xenoblade 2, so I can't like it. I don't know much or remember much about Akko's, but I feel like, you know, like Akko still works in a similar vein. Plus, I mean, you could still like you could have like, I don't know, I can't remember if Kabuto brings out summons like how it is in like Naruto, like how it's summoning jutsus. I think he can, but like I feel like Akko's, if he uses a blade, even though he is like, he's a blade eater. Yeah, because like I know there's two versions: Flesh Eater, Blade Eater. I think that's the correct ones.
Yeah. Well, no, Nia, like
Nia's a blade. Nia's a blade eater, but Jin, like, because he ate like Laura's like heart or something, he became a flesh eater.
Yeah. Okay. There. That. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Correct us comment section if Jin can do something jutsus, it gives me more engagement.
But he's got a persona. It's like that's what I mean, like for the summons.
Oh, the other dude, like
Kabuto.
Kabuto, yeah. Comment down below if he can use summoning jutsus. And yeah. Besides that, like the other, he came with like Piro for Chidori. No, Rohan for Chidori.
Yeah, Rohan.
And fucking
like I know Rohan doesn't like work in a versus sense, but like I only used it because I'm just gonna say it. I fucking hate Yusuke versus Rohan, and I only did this because I only like thought of like Rohan for Chidori because I didn't care for Pyrrha, and also Pyrrha is kind of just a joke idea because redheads more like deadheads, basically.
And even for like we've been joking about this a lot, but like a galaxy, like a scenario type versus setting. Like, what the fuck would you do for Rohan versus Chidori? Like, who can write the best like manga? Like, fucking Rohan. He's the best mangaka in JoJo's.
Who can draw Junpei the best?
Well, the answer's also Rohan.
Yeah, no, I got none.
Yeah. And the other idea he came up with was Tayaka versus fucking Byakuren from Toho Project, which is just like God. That's the connection. God.
Gun Jesus versus Yokai Jesus, which I got from a friend. So, and you told me it's inaccurate.
Yeah, because like you called it like I'm gonna go into like I'm gonna like put like pushes up glasses nerd territory right now, but like fucking
do it.
Okay, so you calling her Yokai Jesus is incorrect, because like she like her whole Byakuren's whole thing is like she's like a Buddhist monk. And yeah, and calling her Jesus is very inaccurate.
I should read into Toho a little bit more accurately. This is gonna look bad.
This does look bad.
Put a text warning like the first time I mentioned the doc, say please finish this video before you read it. Or like put like a text like near like in the description saying this is very outdated in terms of like matchups. So
yeah, I told you about this like before. I told you about this like a few days ago.
No, you didn't tell me about anything about the Buddhist thing. You just told me that like calling your yokai Jesus is inaccurate, and I said, oh, okay. Tayaka, alternative idea, Dio.
Yeah, Dio Brando. That's
one of the
answers, right?
Yeah.
And it makes more sense because Dio means God.
You know, you're right. Fuck. And they killed the Hierophant dude.
Yeah.
And they're Uh-oh.
This is the note we're ending on, apparently. As Cameron goes to therapy over this, I just thank Cameron again for helping me out with this video.
Yeah, no problem, man. I mean, I had a good time sitting down and going through this, like, from start to finish.
The ending was very rough, though.
I just never that specific part. I never knew about it. So, I mean, I still had a good time. It's good to know. It's good to know. It's good to be educated for my past mistakes.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, I still had a good time. Good time going through this from start to finish. And so, you know, if you ever do one for Persona 4, Persona 5, you know, just you know who to talk to.
Yeah.
And if you, I mean, it'd be cool if like we also brought along other people. Just an idea.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Now what?